Reuniões de trabalho podem ser desafiadoras, mas com as frases certas, tudo flui melhor. Neste vídeo, você vai descobrir como soar mais profissional, confiante e preparado para qualquer situação no ambiente corporativo. Chegou a hora de transformar sua comunicação.
Let's begin the meeting.
Vamos começar a reunião.
Let's begin the meeting.
Let's begin the meeting. Thanks for joining us.
Obrigado por se juntar a nós.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Let's stay on topic.
Vamos manter o foco.
Let's stay on topic.
Let's stay on topic. Please mute your mic.
Por favor, silencie seu microfone.
Please mute your mic.
Please mute your mic. Let's stick to the agenda.
Vamos seguir a pauta.
Let's stick to the agenda.
Let's stick to the agenda. Can you clarify that?
Você pode esclarecer isso?
Can you clarify that?
Can you clarify that? Let's take a short break.
Vamos fazer uma breve pausa.
Let's take a short break.
Let's take a short break. We'll circle back later.
Voltaremos a isso depois.
We'll circle back later.
We'll circle back later. Time is running out.
O tempo está acabando.
Time is running out.
Time is running out. Let's wrap this up.
Vamos encerrar isso.
Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up. Any further comments?
Mais algum comentário?
Any further comments?
Any further comments? Please keep it brief.
Por favor, seja breve.
Please keep it brief.
Please keep it brief. That's a great point.
Esse é um ótimo ponto.
That's a great point.
That's a great point. I completely agree.
Concordo totalmente.
I completely agree.
I completely agree. Let's brainstorm ideas.
Vamos fazer um brainstorming.
Let's brainstorm ideas.
Let's brainstorm ideas. Can you update us?
Você pode nos atualizar?
Can you update us?
Can you update us? We'll follow up soon.
Seguiremos em breve.
We'll follow up soon.
We'll follow up soon. Let's summarize the key points.
Vamos resumir os pontos principais.
Let's summarize the key points.
Let's summarize the key points. Who will take notes?
Quem vai fazer a ata?
Who will take notes?
Who will take notes? Let's review last week.
Vamos revisar a semana passada.
Let's review last week.
Let's review last week. Any objections?
Alguma objeção?
Any objections?
Any objections? Let's take a vote.
Vamos votar.
Let's take a vote.
Let's take a vote. Let's move on.
Vamos prosseguir.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. The floor is yours.
A palavra é sua.
The floor is yours.
The floor is yours. Please share your screen.
Por favor, compartilhe sua tela.
Please share your screen.
Please share your screen. We need your input.
Precisamos da sua opinião.
We need your input.
We need your input. That's under discussion.
Isso está em discussão.
That's under discussion.
That's under discussion. Let's stay focused.
Vamos manter o foco.
Let's stay focused.
Let's stay focused. Any final thoughts?
Alguma consideração final?
Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts? Thanks for the update.
Obrigado pela atualização.
Thanks for the update.
Thanks for the update. Let's set a deadline.
Vamos definir um prazo.
Let's set a deadline.
Let's set a deadline. What's our next step?
Qual é o próximo passo?
What's our next step?
What's our next step? Let's revisit this later.
Vamos voltar a isso mais tarde.
Let's revisit this later.
Let's revisit this later. Let's take questions.
Vamos abrir para perguntas.
Let's take questions.
Let's take questions. That needs approval.
Isso precisa de aprovação.
That needs approval.
That needs approval. It's on the agenda.
Está na pauta.
It's on the agenda.
It's on the agenda. Who is responsible?
Quem é o responsável?
Who is responsible?
Who is responsible? That's a valid concern.
Isso é uma preocupação válida.
That's a valid concern.
That's a valid concern. Let's finish on time.
Vamos terminar no horário.
Let's finish on time.
Let's finish on time. We'll discuss it offline.
Vamos discutir isso fora da reunião.
We'll discuss it offline.
We'll discuss it offline. Let's go around the room.
Vamos ouvir todos.
Let's go around the room.
Let's go around the room. We need more data.
Precisamos de mais dados.
We need more data.
We need more data. Let's keep it simple.
Vamos manter simples.
Let's keep it simple.
Let's keep it simple. I'll look into it.
Eu vou verificar isso.
I'll look into it.
I'll look into it. Please take notes.
Por favor, anote isso.
Please take notes.
Please take notes. Let's keep moving.
Vamos continuar.
Let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving. Any new business?
Algum assunto novo?
Any new business?
Any new business? Let's agree on this.
Vamos concordar com isso.
Let's agree on this.
Let's agree on this. That's not relevant.
Isso não é relevante.
That's not relevant.
That's not relevant. Let's stay within time.
Vamos respeitar o tempo.
Let's stay within time.
Let's stay within time. We'll get back to you.
Retornaremos a você.
We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you. Let's keep this confidential.
Vamos manter isso confidencial.
Let's keep this confidential.
Let's keep this confidential. We need a decision.
Precisamos de uma decisão.
We need a decision.
We need a decision. That's outside our scope.
Isso está fora do nosso escopo.
That's outside our scope.
That's outside our scope. Let's align expectations.
Vamos alinhar as expectativas.
Let's align expectations.
Let's align expectations. Please speak clearly.
Por favor, fale claramente.
Please speak clearly.
Please speak clearly. We're running behind.
Estamos atrasados.
We're running behind.
We're running behind. Let's close this topic.
Vamos encerrar esse tópico.
Let's close this topic.
Let's close this topic. We need a solution.
Precisamos de uma solução.
We need a solution.
We need a solution. That's a top priority.
Isso é prioridade.
That's a top priority.
That's a top priority. Please be specific.
Por favor, seja específico.
Please be specific.
Please be specific. Let's take it offline.
Vamos discutir isso fora da reunião.
Let's take it offline.
Let's take it offline. I'll handle that.
Eu cuidarei disso.
I'll handle that.
I'll handle that. Let's revisit the goal.
Vamos revisar o objetivo.
Let's revisit the goal.
Let's revisit the goal. Can we agree on that?
Podemos concordar com isso?
Can we agree on that?
Can we agree on that? Thanks for your patience.
Obrigado pela paciência.
Thanks for your patience.
Thanks for your patience. Let's schedule a follow-up.
Vamos agendar um acompanhamento.
Let's schedule a follow-up.
Let's schedule a follow-up. Let's finalize this.
Vamos finalizar isso.
Let's finalize this.
Let's finalize this. We're making progress.
Estamos avançando.
We're making progress.
We're making progress. Let's avoid repetition.
Vamos evitar repetição.
Let's avoid repetition.
Let's avoid repetition. Let's assign roles.
Vamos atribuir funções.
Let's assign roles.
Let's assign roles. That's in progress.
Isso está em andamento.
That's in progress.
That's in progress. Let's stay productive.
Vamos manter a produtividade.
Let's stay productive.
Let's stay productive. We'll need a report.
Precisaremos de um relatório.
We'll need a report.
We'll need a report. That's a great insight.
Esse é um ótimo insight.
That's a great insight.
That's a great insight. Let's clarify the issue.
Vamos esclarecer o problema.
Let's clarify the issue.
Let's clarify the issue. We'll evaluate it.
Vamos avaliar isso.
We'll evaluate it.
We'll evaluate it. It's a learning process.
É um processo de aprendizado.
It's a learning process.
It's a learning process. Let's adjust the plan.
Vamos ajustar o plano.
Let's adjust the plan.
Let's adjust the plan. We'll keep you posted.
Manteremos você informado.
We'll keep you posted.
We'll keep you posted. That's been resolved.
Isso foi resolvido.
That's been resolved.
That's been resolved. Let's prioritize tasks.
Vamos priorizar as tarefas.
Let's prioritize tasks.
Let's prioritize tasks. We need more input.
Precisamos de mais contribuições.
We need more input.
We need more input. That's out of scope.
Isso está fora do escopo.
That's out of scope.
That's out of scope. Let's stick to facts.
Vamos nos ater aos fatos.
Let's stick to facts.
Let's stick to facts. Let's not speculate.
Não vamos especular.
Let's not speculate.
Let's not speculate. We're aligned on this.
Estamos alinhados nisso.
We're aligned on this.
We're aligned on this. Please be concise.
Por favor, seja conciso.
Please be concise.
Please be concise. We'll proceed as planned.
Prosseguiremos conforme o planejado.
We'll proceed as planned.
We'll proceed as planned. Let's go over the details.
Vamos revisar os detalhes.
Let's go over the details.
Let's go over the details. We'll revisit this topic.
Voltaremos a esse tópico.
We'll revisit this topic.
We'll revisit this topic. Let's define the timeline.
Vamos definir o cronograma.
Let's define the timeline.
Let's define the timeline. Please be respectful.
Por favor, seja respeitoso.
Please be respectful.
Please be respectful. Let's stay on schedule.
Vamos manter o cronograma.
Let's stay on schedule.
Let's stay on schedule. That's a fair suggestion.
Essa é uma sugestão justa.
That's a fair suggestion.
That's a fair suggestion. Let's keep it professional.
Vamos manter o profissionalismo.
Let's keep it professional.
Let's keep it professional. Who's the point person?
Quem é o responsável direto?
Who's the point person?
Who's the point person? We're getting off track.
Estamos saindo do foco.
We're getting off track.
We're getting off track. Let's take a poll.
Vamos fazer uma enquete.
Let's take a poll.
Let's take a poll. Let's draft a plan.
Vamos elaborar um plano.
Let's draft a plan.
Let's draft a plan. We need to realign.
Precisamos realinhar.
We need to realign.
We need to realign. Let's go back to that.
Vamos voltar a isso.
Let's go back to that.
Let's go back to that. Please rephrase that.
Por favor, reformule isso.
Please rephrase that.
Please rephrase that. That's a good summary.
Esse é um bom resumo.
That's a good summary.
That's a good summary. Let's double check that.
Vamos verificar isso novamente.
Let's double check that.
Let's double check that. We're waiting on you.
Estamos esperando você.
We're waiting on you.
We're waiting on you. Let's close the loop.
Vamos fechar esse ciclo.
Let's close the loop.
Let's close the loop. That's a pending task.
Essa é uma tarefa pendente.
That's a pending task.
That's a pending task. Let's work together.
Vamos trabalhar juntos.
Let's work together.
Let's work together. Let's identify the risks.
Vamos identificar os riscos.
Let's identify the risks.
Let's identify the risks. We need a timeline.
Precisamos de um cronograma.
We need a timeline.
We need a timeline. That's been addressed.
Isso foi tratado.
That's been addressed.
That's been addressed. Let's look at options.
Vamos ver as opções.
Let's look at options.
Let's look at options. That's under review.
Isso está em revisão.
That's under review.
That's under review. Let's follow procedure.
Vamos seguir o procedimento.
Let's follow procedure.
Let's follow procedure. We need full approval.
Precisamos de aprovação total.
We need full approval.
We need full approval. Let's avoid delays.
Vamos evitar atrasos.
Let's avoid delays.
Let's avoid delays. That's a recurring issue.
Isso é um problema recorrente.
That's a recurring issue.
That's a recurring issue. Let's find a workaround.
Vamos encontrar uma alternativa.
Let's find a workaround.
Let's find a workaround. Please respect the time.
Por favor, respeite o tempo.
Please respect the time.
Please respect the time. Let's clarify objectives.
Vamos esclarecer os objetivos.
Let's clarify objectives.
Let's clarify objectives. We're short on time.
Estamos com pouco tempo.
We're short on time.
We're short on time. Let's stick to roles.
Vamos manter os papéis.
Let's stick to roles.
Let's stick to roles. That's not a priority.
Isso não é prioridade.
That's not a priority.
That's not a priority. Let's keep this short.
Vamos ser breves.
Let's keep this short.
Let's keep this short. We'll need consensus.
Precisaremos de consenso.
We'll need consensus.
We'll need consensus. That's an action item.
Isso é item de ação.
That's an action item.
That's an action item. Let's conclude here.
Vamos concluir aqui.
Let's conclude here.
Let's conclude here. That's for next time.
Isso fica para a próxima.
That's for next time.
That's for next time. Let's assign a task.
Vamos atribuir uma tarefa.
Let's assign a task.
Let's assign a task. We're ahead of schedule.
Estamos adiantado.
We're ahead of schedule.
We're ahead of schedule. Let's track progress.
Vamos acompanhar o progresso.
Let's track progress.
Let's track progress. That needs escalation.
Isso precisa de escalonamento.
That needs escalation.
That needs escalation. Please note that.
Por favor, observe isso.
Please note that.
Please note that. Let's coordinate efforts.
Vamos coordenar os esforços.
Let's coordinate efforts.
Let's coordinate efforts. We need documentation.
Precisamos de documentação.
We need documentation.
We need documentation. Let's address concerns.
Vamos abordar as preocupações.
Let's address concerns.
Let's address concerns. We'll fix the issue.
Vamos corrigir o problema.
We'll fix the issue.
We'll fix the issue. Let's analyze the data.
Vamos analisar os dados.
Let's analyze the data.
Let's analyze the data. Let's outline next steps.
Vamos definir os próximos passos.
Let's outline next steps.
Let's outline next steps. We're facing challenges.
Estamos enfrentando desafios.
We're facing challenges.
We're facing challenges. Please take action.
Por favor, tome uma ação.
Please take action.
Please take action. Let's stick to time.
Vamos respeitar o tempo.
Let's stick to time.
Let's stick to time. We're all set.
Está tudo pronto.
We're all set.
We're all set. That's up for review.
Isso está em análise.
That's up for review.
That's up for review. Let's keep improving.
Vamos continuar melhorando.
Let's keep improving.
Let's keep improving. Let's document this.
Vamos documentar isso.
Let's document this.
Let's document this. We'll schedule it.
Vamos agendar isso.
We'll schedule it.
We'll schedule it. Please share feedback.
Por favor, compartilhe o feedback.
Please share feedback.
Please share feedback. Let's delegate tasks.
Vamos delegar tarefas.
Let's delegate tasks.
Let's delegate tasks. We need follow-up.
Precisamos de acompanhamento.
We need follow-up.
We need follow-up. That concludes the meeting.
Isso conclui a reunião.
That concludes the meeting.
That concludes the meeting. Thanks for your input.
Obrigado pela sua contribuição.
Thanks for your input.
Thanks for your input. See you next meeting.
Até a próxima reunião.
See you next meeting.
See you next meeting. Let's take action now.
Vamos agir agora.
Let's take action now.
Let's take action now. Let's define responsibilities.
Vamos definir responsabilidades.
Let's define responsibilities.
Let's define responsibilities. Please provide context.
Por favor, forneça contexto.
Please provide context.
Please provide context. That's not feasible.
Isso não é viável.
That's not feasible.
That's not feasible. Let's close for today.
Vamos encerrar por hoje.
Let's close for today.
Let's close for today. We'll reconvene tomorrow.
Nos reuniremos novamente amanhã.
We'll reconvene tomorrow.
We'll reconvene tomorrow. Let's summarize decisions.
Vamos resumir as decisões.
Let's summarize decisions.
Let's summarize decisions. That's a strong argument.
Esse é um argumento forte.
That's a strong argument.
That's a strong argument. Let's agree on goals.
Vamos concordar com os objetivos.
Let's agree on goals.
Let's agree on goals. That's open for discussion.
Isso está em aberto para discussão.
That's open for discussion.
That's open for discussion. We need to pivot.
Precisamos mudar a direção.
We need to pivot.
We need to pivot. Let's focus on solutions.
Vamos focar em soluções.
Let's focus on solutions.
Let's focus on solutions. Let's improve communication.
Vamos melhorar a comunicação.
Let's improve communication.
Let's improve communication. Let's check availability.
Vamos verificar a disponibilidade.
Let's check availability.
Let's check availability. We'll send a recap.
Enviaremos um resumo.
We'll send a recap.
We'll send a recap. Let's build consensus.
Vamos construir um consenso.
Let's build consensus.
Let's build consensus. Please follow up.
Por favor, faça o acompanhamento.
Please follow up.
Please follow up. Let's move forward.
Vamos seguir em frente.
Let's move forward.
Let's move forward. Let's call it a day.
Vamos encerrar por hoje.
Let's call it a day.
Let's call it a day. Thanks, everyone.
Obrigado a todos.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a productive day.
Tenham um dia produtivo.
Have a productive day.
Have a productive day. Let's make it happen.
Vamos fazer acontecer.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's align on this.
Vamos alinhar isso.
Let's align on this.
Let's align on this. That needs clarification.
Isso precisa de esclarecimento.
That needs clarification.
That needs clarification. Let's revisit the proposal.
Vamos revisar a proposta.
Let's revisit the proposal.
Let's revisit the proposal. Please keep us informed.
Por favor, mantenha-nos informados.
Please keep us informed.
Please keep us informed. That's worth exploring.
Isso vale a pena explorar.
That's worth exploring.
That's worth exploring. Let's address that now.
Vamos tratar disso agora.
Let's address that now.
Let's address that now. We'll notify the team.
Vamos notificar a equipe.
We'll notify the team.
We'll notify the team. Let's resolve this issue.
Vamos resolver esse problema.
Let's resolve this issue.
Let's resolve this issue. Please confirm attendance.
Por favor, confirme presença.
Please confirm attendance.
Please confirm attendance. That's still pending.
Isso ainda está pendente.
That's still pending.
That's still pending. Let's prepare the report.
Vamos preparar o relatório.
Let's prepare the report.
Let's prepare the report. We'll update the timeline.
Vamos atualizar o cronograma.
We'll update the timeline.
We'll update the timeline. That's a long-term goal.
Esse é um objetivo de longo prazo.
That's a long-term goal.
That's a long-term goal. Let's discuss solutions.
Vamos discutir soluções.
Let's discuss solutions.
Let's discuss solutions. Let's approach it differently.
Vamos abordar isso de forma diferente.
Let's approach it differently.
Let's approach it differently. Let's verify the facts.
Vamos verificar os fatos.
Let's verify the facts.
Let's verify the facts. We're facing a delay.
Estamos enfrentando um atraso.
We're facing a delay.
We're facing a delay. Let's stay positive.
Vamos manter uma atitude positiva.
Let's stay positive.
Let's stay positive. Let's keep things moving.
Vamos manter as coisas andando.
Let's keep things moving.
Let's keep things moving. Please clarify the task.
Por favor, esclareça a tarefa.
Please clarify the task.
Please clarify the task. That's outside our budget.
Isso está fora do nosso orçamento.
That's outside our budget.
That's outside our budget. Let's set priorities.
Vamos definir prioridades.
Let's set priorities.
Let's set priorities. We'll need feedback.
Precisaremos de feedback.
We'll need feedback.
We'll need feedback. Let's revisit the schedule.
Vamos revisar o cronograma.
Let's revisit the schedule.
Let's revisit the schedule. That's not yet finalized.
Isso ainda não foi finalizado.
That's not yet finalized.
That's not yet finalized. Let's not rush this.
Não vamos apressar isso.
Let's not rush this.
Let's not rush this. Let's define success.
Vamos definir o sucesso.
Let's define success.
Let's define success. We'll notify stakeholders.
Vamos notificar os envolvidos.
We'll notify stakeholders.
We'll notify stakeholders. That's a sensitive topic.
Esse é um tópico sensível.
That's a sensitive topic.
That's a sensitive topic. Let's examine the details.
Vamos examinar os detalhes.
Let's examine the details.
Let's examine the details. Please prepare in advance.
Por favor, prepare-se com antecedência.
Please prepare in advance.
Please prepare in advance. Let's explore alternatives.
Vamos explorar alternativas.
Let's explore alternatives.
Let's explore alternatives. Let's simplify the plan.
Vamos simplificar o plano.
Let's simplify the plan.
Let's simplify the plan. We need better alignment.
Precisamos de melhor alinhamento.
We need better alignment.
We need better alignment. Let's sync up later.
Vamos nos alinhar mais tarde.
Let's sync up later.
Let's sync up later. That's been documented.
Isso foi documentado.
That's been documented.
That's been documented. Let's follow the strategy.
Vamos seguir a estratégia.
Let's follow the strategy.
Let's follow the strategy. Please note the changes.
Por favor, observe as mudanças.
Please note the changes.
Please note the changes. That's being reviewed.
Isso está sendo analisado.
That's being reviewed.
That's being reviewed. Let's continue tomorrow.
Vamos continuar amanhã.
Let's continue tomorrow.
Let's continue tomorrow. Let's avoid confusion.
Vamos evitar confusão.
Let's avoid confusion.
Let's avoid confusion. We're reviewing options.
Estamos revisando opções.
We're reviewing options.
We're reviewing options. Let's improve the workflow.
Vamos melhorar o fluxo de trabalho.
Let's improve the workflow.
Let's improve the workflow. That's part of the plan.
Isso faz parte do plano.
That's part of the plan.
That's part of the plan. Let's involve the team.
Vamos envolver a equipe.
Let's involve the team.
Let's involve the team. Let's define clear roles.
Vamos definir papéis claros.
Let's define clear roles.
Let's define clear roles. Please give an overview.
Por favor, dê uma visão geral.
Please give an overview.
Please give an overview. That's a key milestone.
Esse é um marco importante.
That's a key milestone.
That's a key milestone. Let's analyze performance.
Vamos analisar o desempenho.
Let's analyze performance.
Let's analyze performance. Let's focus on deliverables.
Vamos focar nas entregas.
Let's focus on deliverables.
Let's focus on deliverables. Please respect opinions.
Por favor, respeite as opiniões.
Please respect opinions.
Please respect opinions. That's within scope.
Isso está dentro do escopo.
That's within scope.
That's within scope. Let's align the teams.
Vamos alinhar as equipes.
Let's align the teams.
Let's align the teams. That's our responsibility.
Essa é nossa responsabilidade.
That's our responsibility.
That's our responsibility. Let's adjust expectations.
Vamos ajustar expectativas.
Let's adjust expectations.
Let's adjust expectations. That's a joint decision.
Essa é uma decisão conjunta.
That's a joint decision.
That's a joint decision. Let's build on that.
Vamos desenvolver isso.
Let's build on that.
Let's build on that. We'll share the document.
Vamos compartilhar o documento.
We'll share the document.
We'll share the document. That needs follow-through.
Isso precisa de acompanhamento.
That needs follow-through.
That needs follow-through. Please keep me posted.
Por favor, me mantenha informado.
Please keep me posted.
Please keep me posted. Let's gather insights.
Vamos coletar insights.
Let's gather insights.
Let's gather insights. Let's not repeat mistakes.
Não vamos repetir erros.
Let's not repeat mistakes.
Let's not repeat mistakes. That's a great improvement.
Essa é uma grande melhoria.
That's a great improvement.
That's a great improvement. Let's create an outline.
Vamos criar um esboço.
Let's create an outline.
Let's create an outline. Let's highlight key points.
Vamos destacar os pontos principais.
Let's highlight key points.
Let's highlight key points. Please coordinate with them.
Por favor, coordene com eles.
Please coordinate with them.
Please coordinate with them. That's in the works.
Isso está em andamento.
That's in the works.
That's in the works. Will require adjustments.
Precisaremos de ajustes.
Will require adjustments.
Will require adjustments. Let's plan the rollout.
Vamos planejar o lançamento.
Let's plan the rollout.
Let's plan the rollout. Let's define the scope.
Vamos definir o escopo.
Let's define the scope.
Let's define the scope. Let's start with updates.
Vamos começar com atualizações.
Let's start with updates.
Let's start with updates. Let's improve the process.
Vamos melhorar o processo.
Let's improve the process.
Let's improve the process. Please lead the session.
Por favor, conduza a sessão.
Please lead the session.
Please lead the session. We'll need approval first.
Precisamos de aprovação primeiro.
We'll need approval first.
We'll need approval first. Let's agree on timelines.
Vamos concordar com os prazos.
Let's agree on timelines.
Let's agree on timelines. Let's create a checklist.
Vamos criar uma lista de verificação.
Let's create a checklist.
Let's create a checklist. Let's be proactive.
Vamos ser proativos.
Let's be proactive.
Let's be proactive. Please clarify your point.
Por favor, esclareça seu ponto.
Please clarify your point.
Please clarify your point. That's a shared objective.
Esse é um objetivo comum.
That's a shared objective.
That's a shared objective. Let's launch the project.
Vamos lançar o projeto.
Let's launch the project.
Let's launch the project. We're still evaluating.
Ainda estamos avaliando.
We're still evaluating.
We're still evaluating. Let's notify the client.
Vamos notificar o cliente.
Let's notify the client.
Let's notify the client. Let's capture key actions.
Vamos registrar as ações principais.
Let's capture key actions.
Let's capture key actions. Let's plan a workshop.
Vamos planejar um workshop.
Let's plan a workshop.
Let's plan a workshop. That's being handled.
Isso está sendo tratado.
That's being handled.
That's being handled. Let's stay in sync.
Vamos permanecer alinhados.
Let's stay in sync.
Let's stay in sync. We'll escalate this.
Vamos escalar isso.
We'll escalate this.
We'll escalate this. That's our main concern.
Essa é nossa principal preocupação.
That's our main concern.
That's our main concern. Please summarize the issue.
Por favor, resuma o problema.
Please summarize the issue.
Please summarize the issue. Let's revisit expectations.
Vamos revisar expectativas.
Let's revisit expectations.
Let's revisit expectations. Let's double-check deadlines.
Vamos verificar os prazos.
Let's double-check deadlines.
Let's double-check deadlines. We need clear direction.
Precisamos de direção clara.
We need clear direction.
We need clear direction. Let's initiate discussion.
Vamos iniciar a discussão.
Let's initiate discussion.
Let's initiate discussion. Let's finalize the list.
Vamos finalizar a lista.
Let's finalize the list.
Let's finalize the list. We'll begin next week.
Começaremos na próxima semana.
We'll begin next week.
We'll begin next week. Let's check dependencies.
Vamos verificar as dependências.
Let's check dependencies.
Let's check dependencies. That's a solid plan.
Esse é um plano sólido.
That's a solid plan.
That's a solid plan. Let's be transparent.
Vamos ser transparentes.
Let's be transparent.
Let's be transparent. We'll need extra support.
Precisaremos de suporte extra.
We'll need extra support.
We'll need extra support. Let's monitor results.
Vamos monitorar os resultados.
Let's monitor results.
Let's monitor results. That's the top concern.
Essa é a principal preocupação.
That's the top concern.
That's the top concern. Let's organize the files.
Vamos organizar os arquivos.
Let's organize the files.
Let's organize the files. Please take the lead.
Por favor, assuma a liderança.
Please take the lead.
Please take the lead. Let's ensure compliance.
Vamos garantir a conformidade.
Let's ensure compliance.
Let's ensure compliance. We'll handle logistics.
Cuidaremos da logística.
We'll handle logistics.
We'll handle logistics. That's an open question.
Essa é uma questão em aberto.
That's an open question.
That's an open question. Let's streamline tasks.
Vamos simplificar as tarefas.
Let's streamline tasks.
Let's streamline tasks. We're planning ahead.
Estamos planejando com antecedência.
We're planning ahead.
We're planning ahead. Let's assess the impact.
Vamos avaliar o impacto.
Let's assess the impact.
Let's assess the impact. That's our final proposal.
Essa é nossa proposta final.
That's our final proposal.
That's our final proposal. Let's be flexible.
Vamos ser flexíveis.
Let's be flexible.
Let's be flexible. Let's schedule the review.
Vamos agendar a revisão.
Let's schedule the review.
Let's schedule the review. We'll initiate the call.
Iniciaremos a chamada.
We'll initiate the call.
We'll initiate the call. Please submit a draft.
Por favor, envie rascunho.
Please submit a draft.
Please submit a draft. That's the core issue.
Esse é o problema central.
That's the core issue.
That's the core issue. Let's draft an outline.
Vamos esboçar plano.
Let's draft an outline.
Let's draft an outline. That's a shared task.
Essa é uma tarefa compartilhada.
That's a shared task.
That's a shared task. Let's define key dates.
Vamos definir datas importantes.
Let's define key dates.
Let's define key dates. Let's begin with priorities.
Vamos começar com prioridades.
Let's begin with priorities.
Let's begin with priorities. Let's make adjustments.
Vamos fazer ajustes.
Let's make adjustments.
Let's make adjustments. We'll need final edits.
Precisaremos de edições finais.
We'll need final edits.
We'll need final edits. Let's pause for feedback.
Vamos pausar para feedback.
Let's pause for feedback.
Let's pause for feedback.